wise guys.
Alright, so I've been reading this book lately. It's a really good book called The White Knight, written by Bernard Cornwell. And it's basically about the Vikings and their efforts to conquer, well, whatever they can get their plundering hands on really. But in this case the Saxons. The story takes place in the southwestern part of present-day England in the 9th century. I love the way the book is written, and the atmosphere is just phenomenal. It kind of inspired me to go on a conquest of my own, and I'm trying to do it in this game called Rome Total War 2. And to recreate the setting of the story, I picked the Iceni campaign, which is based in England. Now, as I said, the story takes place in the 9th century, while most of the campaign in the game will happen in the 2nd and 3rd century. So there is a small 700-year gap, but we can imagine. Now, as you can see, I've already done some conquering on the British Isles, and I started to pour troops into the European continent. And while doing this, I set myself some goals, and I built a plan to achieve them. The plan will be as follows. I have taken the British Isles over here as my base of operations, with my capital positioned right over here. Now, since the game is called Rome Total War 2, I figured that this puts a lovely target on our friends the Italians down here. Ever since these Romans got their name in the game, they've been so happy about themselves, and they've always been arrogant, you know, just sitting in Italy down there waiting to become one of the biggest empires in the world. It's just not gonna happen today, not this time. So yeah, this will be my first major long-term goal, to march on the Roman capital. Maybe to take and learn from their culture and knowledge. Maybe to just take whatever I please by force. Or just maybe drop an Anglo-Saxon bomb on them and watch until all of Italy has burned down to the ground. I haven't decided yet, but spoiler alert, it will probably be the latter of the options. Easier said than done though. Firstly, I had to establish a base of operations, or like I said, conquer the British Isles. To achieve this, I devised a plan of a master tactician. I directed 2 of my armies into battle, and the strategic ingenuity of their movements was just beyond me. It turned out to look a little something like this, and as you can see, it was successful as it was brilliant. After a quick break after all the pillaging and plundering here, I took some time to turn the sons of the people I had defeated into war-breathing warriors like my own, and I invested the spoils of war into diversifying my army with swords and light cavalry, as well as into my cities, infrastructure and economy. With the British Isles stable and happy, and producing a steady supply of food and money, I took my battle-hardened armies and sailed them across the channel, where I met a continent full of pesky Europeans who were blocking my way. I took over some settlements to fortify my presence on the mainland, and by doing this I simultaneously resolved the skirmishes that have been taking place there. The factions in the north showed their gratitude for me dealing with their enemies, by signing a trading agreement, as well as a non-aggression pact. They have a substantial battle force, and they will make a fine buffer zone for any incoming attacks from the north. The faction to the east is still resisting, but they will be crushed soon enough. The faction to the south actually only just declared war on me, for absolutely no reason. They hereby gave me a reason to rename my first army, as I named them the Vengeful Acts of Justice, until my spies reveal a substantial threat from the low-life scum declaring war on me in the south. They will be dealing with the resistance in the east. After that has been crushed, they will become the threat to the south, and these soon-to-be slaves and rape victims will find that justice.